guys, it's Demi. How are you all doing? So, last week I was walking around my house and I was thinking of little things around the house that were pissing us off, annoying us, and then I just ultimately fell out all over my house. Just kidding, I did not. That did not happen. But I then, later that night, was sitting on the sofa and an advert come on the telly. And this advert pissed me off more than I can describe. And I'm going to name and shame the brand, I'm sorry, okay? But Wickes advert to sell their kitchens is absolutely vile and I hate it. I hate it. Basically, the preface of the advert was that somebody was doing a Zoom call and they had house embarrassment because the kitchen was old, it wasn't a modern kitchen, blah de blah de blah. And I was watching this advert and I was just like, it was like, get rid of your house embarrassment, buy one of our 15 grand kitchens. And I'm just like, no. The advert did not do it for me. I really hate the advert, okay, sorry, I do. But then it got us thinking about all the things in my house that I think if Wickes were to come in here and have a look at, they'd probably be like, have you not got house embarrassment about that? And I'd be like, no, I have not. But then it got me thinking about the perfection in every single thing we do in life. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll know that over the last year, I've built my Instagram upon being body positive. And the reason for that is I am not probably the average person who you'd look at in a bikini campaign or a underwear campaign. I think the world is definitely changing to include more plus size models, saggy boob models, and lots of different things, both categories in which I fit into. But when I started it, I just felt there was a lack of people my size on the internet showing themselves. Whether that was because they were embarrassed, shy, or just didn't like the way that they looked, it really upset and saddened us. So I started making content that I would have wanted to see of my body, and so many people enjoyed that and so many people said it made them feel normal. It was nice for people to see outfits on somebody that they felt their body represented. It made us so happy that that content was meaning so much to other people. Like honestly, I can't describe how much I love my Instagram and the Instagram community that I've built. It's full of people like-minded like me who basically I just want to inspire and make them feel better about themselves. If I have to look like a tit for a video and dance around with my arse out, I don't care, because if I'm making 3 people feel better about themselves, then that to me is something that I have accomplished. For me, if I've made somebody else's day better, I have accomplished something, and that's the way that I think. I really do think like that. So when I seen this advert, it really pissed us off. But then I looked at my home Instagram account. I make an Instagram account for everything. I have one for my dogs, I have one for me, I have one for my home. But I do have a lot of Instagram accounts, and I do have a home Instagram account. And when I looked at that Instagram, I realised that I was in the category of always posting the most perfect photos of my house, not showing the little imperfections of the things that, you know, would cause house embarrassment to people around my house. I wasn't showing that. I felt like I wasn't showing that because obviously that's not the type of thing you show online. And then I was like, okay, but you show all the flaws and everything on your main Instagram account, so let's take that and put it on your home account. So this video, I'm going to be showing you all the things in my house that don't cause me house embarrassment, because honestly, I don't really care, but they are imperfections of the house. Actually, I will do up, change, but I just haven't got around to doing it yet. And the whole purpose of this video is to show you that your house is normal. And I want to get rid of the stigma that people think in the home or the house is ugly. Because if you're fortunate enough to live in a house, then you're already on a winning track and a winning streak, and you're already a lot more fortunate than a lot of other people in the world. So for me, we need to step back and realize, I say this all the time when it comes to body positivity, instead of thinking of the things that you don't like about yourself, think of the things that you do, and you will slowly but surely start having a better relationship with your body. Now I want to turn that around and do that about your house. Instead of picking out all the faults and flaws that you don't like about your house, pick the things that you love. But anyway, I feel like, you know, a lot of house accounts portray this perfect house, and ultimately that's just not the reality for a lot of people. And I want to show you all of the flaws of my house that it just hopefully makes you feel better about yourself, because that's what I want. I want to get rid of the stigma, and I want to get rid of the thought process that you have an ugly house, because you do not. I want to get rid of the term house embarrassment that Wickes used. Like, fuck off. Absolutely not. Do not have house embarrassment. If you're living in a house, then you are already miles and miles and miles and miles and miles more fortunate than a lot of people in the UK and in the world. So we should be fortunate for that, and we're going to appreciate that in this video. I did an Instagram post the other day and it totally relates to this video. My favourite quote in the entire world is comparison is the thief of joy, because it is. You can compare your life and your situation and your circumstances to everybody around you, but you're never going to be happy if you do that. You will never find happiness in comparison. And something that I done very at the beginning of my YouTube career was compare my content, compare me as a person, compare my goals, compare my visions, compare my subscribers, my views. I compared everything. And I was never ever happy. I was in a terrible mind situation. I was in a terrible rut because all I done was compare. Do not compare yourself to anybody else. Now, I know it's easier said than done, because we all have little comparisons and compares that we think about and that we, you know, ultimately do think in life. We compare things, but don't, because it's not going to help you achieve what you want. You take that energy that you use to compare yourself to someone or something else and turn it into, okay, but what's my life pattern and what's my vision? I mean, at the end of the day, you don't compare a butterfly and a tiger, because they're completely different things. And every single person is a completely different person on a completely different life pattern, life journey, life story. So, you know, your story is not going to replicate or duplicate anybody else's story, and we need to stop the comparison. I just think comparison is the thief of joy quote is the best quote ever, like ever, and I love it so much, because to me it has a true meaning, and I truly believe that the more you compare yourself, the less joy you're gonna have. The more you live your life, write your story, think of your goals, your wants, your needs, you're gonna have more joy in your life. I found another thing funny as well. Obviously, I bought this house 1.5 years ago with my partner Sean, and a lot of the time when people come over for the first time, I'm like, hey, sorry, we haven't done this yet. Oh, I need to paint my walls again. Oh, we haven't done this yet. And I'm like, stop fucking apologizing. Stop. Like, stop apologizing for things in your house. I honestly love my house so much. I'm so grateful for this house. I think it's absolutely beautiful, if I say so myself. And that's not me being a big head. I'm just so grateful for this house, and I love it so much. I never thought I'd own a house like this in my entire life. So the fact that I do, I love it. I appreciate it, and I love it so much. But that doesn't mean there's things that I don't want to change. And that doesn't mean that there's not things that I notice and I'm like, oh God, I wish that wasn't there. So I just want to show you that there is things in every single house you look at that, you know, are embarrassing, if we'll say, even though I hate that. But you know what I'm trying to say. There's imperfections in every house, and, you know, let's get rid of the idea that you have an ugly home, because you do not, okay? You do not. But let's not. Fuck, man. Fucking hell, you've got to stop doing that. Yes. So yeah, that is what this video is going to be. I'm going to show you around my house, but instead of showing you my really clean, happy house tour, I'm just going to show you the things that you might have as well. Let's go and see the things in my house that usually people would not show, but I'm going to show you. Scruffed things. I feel like this is so normal, and most houses will have these, but every time I see one, I'm like, oh my God, I need to get the paint box out. But yeah, like, that is just scruff that has happened over the year of living here that needs repainted. I've tried to clean it off. It doesn't clean off, so it's not just that I haven't cleaned. But yeah, it needs done. Dust. Yes, I do clean my house, but not every day, and it's not a priority that I always have this prim and proper house, because I actually have a life to live as well. So if you have dust in your house, that's completely normal. I bet your majority of houses have dust in them. They just don't bloody tell where show with. So we think everybody lives in these clean and proper houses, and how do they stay on top of it all, when actually it's just not the truth. Walls that need repainted. Same as like the other thing, but oh, we have so many marks and scratches that just need repainted. One big one being this black mark up here. So basically, when we were moving in, we tried to get a really big mattress up there, and it scraped all of that. And we've just never repainted it yet. It needs done. Holes where this hole's not meant to be. Basically, Sean drilled the holes a bit too high. They're meant to be here. A bit too high. So now we just have 2 random holes. Hi, holes. Paint cracking. I feel like this just isn't talked about enough, but paint cracking happens all of the time. Yeah, paint cracks. It just happens and paint imperfections. Not sure how this happened, but it's there. This really, okay, this is such a simple fix, but I can't reach it. It's a piece of masking tape that's been there since we started renovating, and Sean will not remove it because now he thinks it's some type of good luck thing, and I can't bloody reach it to remove it. But this is such a simple thing that needs to come off, and it just hasn't as of yet. Along with that, as you'll see, we have lots of paint on here, which yeah, that happened, which we need to clean off, scrape off, whatever, but we just haven't yet. Plus, I do really want to paint this black, but I know it could be an irreversible move, so I'm a bit reluctant to do it just now, but I do really want to paint this black. Okay, coming into my living room, one of the things that I notice all of the time is this. So we had a right problem getting the beam onto here. Now this just did not paint properly. I'm not sure if it's because of what was underneath it, but it's actually really annoying. And then there's this huge hole as well. And it's just because this actually took a really long time to get on the wall. So as you can see, when I show you the full view, we have this lighter patch here, which actually has a hole in it, and slightly annoying, but it's there. So there you go. We have a chip on our blue wall, and then also this, which is like a smudgy thing, which I cannot get off for the life of me. It looks wet, but it's not wet, and I don't know what it is, and I can't get it off. Texture on your walls, oh my god, it happens so much. Like, no wall is just properly smooth, and this happens all the time, and I have texture on my walls like many others will. My silicone could be redone. It's sticking up and just looks a bit, yeah, like look at that. Could be redone, but I ain't got time for that. Wonky grout, or grout that was not done correctly. It is like in there, the silicone going down there. There you go, this, it's thick. But yeah, will really annoy some people because it's not straight, but I've learned to live with it. Oh, we also have wires as well for the little light. But yeah, you can actually shove these up to make them less prominent, but I can never be arsed. Paint on the light switches. I'm sure I masked and taped them, but obviously I didn't. So we have paint on them. Carpet that could do with a deep clean. Now into the bedroom, we'll also have this, which is where a bit of the wallpaper has peeled off. Cracks in the walls. Happens sometimes, and we have a big one. Big crack. Old style walls, like Artex type of ceilings, not walls. We have one. It's slightly annoying. I just think it's time that we get rid of the stigma of that everybody lives a perfect life and everything has to be perfect, because it's so years ago. Like Instagram, I don't think it's even like that anymore. I think people are really being inspiring on Instagram these days and showing kind of the true life. And that's what I think is so important. But yeah, the Wix advert pissed me off, and I just wanted to address it. And I just think house embarrassment, not a thing. Come on, like no way are we gonna start having house embarrassment. Just nah, not for me, no. But anyway, I feel like this video was just because I wanted to make people feel not shit about the house, and hopefully it does that. And yeah, don't have house embarrassment. Go and take a picture of something you enjoy in your house, something you like, whether it be a mug, just something you like about your house that makes you happy, and start doing that every day. And honestly, I really think it'll help change your mindset if you do suffer or do have house embarrassment in any way. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to see more random thought process kind of videos like this, where it was just me thinking of something and I just wanted to make a spontaneous video out of it, then let me know, and I'll see you very shortly for another video. Bye!